In a major turn of events, Cadillac's much-anticipated Formula One debut for the 2026 season appears to be shifting away from the patriotic narrative it first championed. While initial communications had heavily emphasized the goal of building an all-American team, tapping into the U.S. fanbase and igniting national pride, the latest developments reveal a strategic pivot. Sources close to Cadillac's management have indicated that instead of focusing solely on American drivers, the team is now prioritizing experience and proven talent on the international stage. As the team finalizes preparations for its entry, executives realize that success in the ultra-competitive F1 environment demands more than national symbolism. It requires technical expertise, racecraft, and a deep understanding of Formula One's nuances. Consequently, the profile of the drivers under consideration has changed dramatically, putting seasoned F1 veterans firmly at the top of Cadillac's target list. This evolution in recruitment strategy reflects a broader realization: to survive and thrive in Formula One, early results and operational efficiency matter more than marketing optics. It signals Cadillac's serious intentions not just to participate, but to compete at a high level from the very beginning. At the outset, Colton Herta was envisioned as the face of Cadillac's Formula One effort, embodying both the youth and American spirit that the brand sought to showcase. Herta, a standout performer in IndyCar, had long been viewed as a promising F1 prospect, with many touting his aggressive driving style and racing pedigree. However, as Cadillac's internal discussions evolved, it became evident that Herta's lack of Formula One experience presented a considerable risk. Making the jump from IndyCar to F1 is no small feat, and while raw talent is indispensable, the nuances of car development feedback, tire management, and racecraft at the highest level require experience that Herta simply does not yet possess. Additionally, recent indications suggest Herta's own enthusiasm for a move to Formula One may have cooled, further weakening his candidacy. For Cadillac, the decision was clear: betting their ambitious entry into the world's most elite motorsport series on an unproven rookie was a gamble they could no longer afford to make, especially when experienced alternatives with proven credentials became available. One name now dominates Cadillac's shortlist for their inaugural F1 lineup: Sergio Perez. Widely regarded as one of the most experienced and marketable drivers currently on the grid, Perez brings to the table a unique blend of racing success, development skill, and commercial appeal, although his recent years at Red Bull Racing have been marred by performance inconsistencies. Insiders, including rival drivers and engineers, have pointed out that many of Perez's struggles were linked to car characteristics that did not suit his driving style, rather than a loss of form. Perez's resume, which includes multiple race wins, countless podiums, and over a decade of F1 experience across various regulations, makes him an invaluable asset for a startup team like Cadillac. Team principal Mario Andretti is said to have emphasized the importance of hiring at least one driver who could serve as a steadying influence and technical guide through the team's formative years. Perez's wealth of knowledge from racing at top teams under high-pressure environments fits that profile perfectly, making him Cadillac's ideal candidate to lead their charge into F1. What makes Sergio Perez even more attractive to Cadillac is not just his racing pedigree, but also the considerable commercial benefits he brings. Perez's fanbase, especially in Mexico and the broader North American region, remains among the most passionate in Formula One. His popularity has been credited with helping sustain events such as the Mexico City Grand Prix, which at times faced existential threats due to fluctuating viewership. Beyond his crowd-pulling power, Perez is also a financial juggernaut, backed by influential sponsors like Telmex, linked to billionaire Carlos Slim. Reports suggest that wherever Perez goes, he brings upwards of $30 million in annual sponsorship revenue. For a new team like Cadillac, these funds could be instrumental not only in funding operations, but also in accelerating technical development and attracting top-tier engineering talent. In essence, hiring Perez would deliver a double dividend: proven race results on the track and significant financial firepower off it. It's a strategic alignment that few other available drivers can offer at such scale. Alongside Perez, Cadillac is seriously considering Guan Yu Zhou to complete their driver pairing. Zhou, currently Ferrari's reserve driver and previously a full-time Alfa Romeo driver, brings an important combination of youth, F1 race experience, and untapped potential. While he hasn't yet made a major splash on the F1 podium, Zhou's adaptability and technical feedback skills have earned him respect among engineers and insiders. For Cadillac, pairing a battle-hardened veteran like Perez with a motivated and knowledgeable young driver like Zhou offers a balanced approach. It ensures that the team has both leadership and a learning driver who can grow with the project. Zhou's experience in dealing with evolving machinery under Ferrari's technical umbrella is especially valuable for a new entrant planning to use Ferrari engines in its first seasons. Moreover, Zhou's global appeal, especially in the Chinese market, could open up further commercial opportunities, helping Cadillac broaden its international reach beyond North America. One of the lesser discussed but critical advantages of signing Guan Yu Zhou lies in his deep familiarity with Ferrari's engine and chassis systems. Having spent his Formula One career racing Ferrari-powered cars at Alfa Romeo and currently serving as Ferrari's official reserve driver, Joe has invaluable insider knowledge of how Ferrari's hybrid power units function under real-world conditions, given that Cadillac will rely on Ferrari-supplied engines until they roll out their own General Motors power unit in 2029. This technical continuity could prove crucial. In the team's early development phase, Joe would not only provide valuable feedback for optimizing car performance, but could also help Cadillac navigate the new engine regulations centered around battery efficiency and hybrid systems. His understanding of Ferrari's operational dynamics would make him an important bridge between Cadillac and their temporary engine suppliers, offering a competitive advantage over other new entrants or midfield teams lacking such insights. Adding another layer to the situation, Colton Herta himself has expressed growing ambivalence toward making the jump to Formula One. In recent interviews, Herta spoke candidly about how the prolonged teasing of an F1 opportunity has dulled his enthusiasm, saying that the once enticing prospect has now become a numb thing. Herta emphasized that leaving the familiar and supportive environment of IndyCar for the uncertainties of Formula One is not a simple decision, especially given the emotional and professional relationships he would be leaving behind. This hesitation raises concerns about his full commitment to an F1 career, concerns that Cadillac can ill afford for a brand new team navigating the treacherous waters of early F1 competition. Having a driver fully invested in the project is non-negotiable. Herta's public ambivalence likely sealed his fate, making him a less attractive candidate compared to drivers who are eager and prepared for the F1 grind. Former F1 driver and motorsport legend Juan Pablo Montoya has also weighed in on the situation, expressing doubts about Colton Herta's readiness for the demands of Formula One. While Montoya acknowledged that Herta possesses raw pace and sufficient technical talent, he warned that the transition from IndyCar to F1 involves more than just adjusting to faster cars. Cultural shifts, immense travel, adapting to European life, and the relentless mental strain of the F1 schedule could all destabilize a young driver. Montoya suggested that the shock alone of moving full-time to Europe could screw with Herta's head and that his chances of thriving in F1 would be slim without extensive mental and logistical preparation. For Cadillac, Montoya's cautionary perspective reinforces the idea that experience and readiness must outweigh idealistic hopes. Simply put, Cadillac can't afford to gamble on potential when the stakes involve millions in investment and global brand reputation. Beyond sporting considerations, the financial incentives associated with signing Perez and Joe are too significant for Cadillac to ignore. Both drivers bring powerful sponsorship backing. Perez's ties to Carlos Slim's companies and Joe's support from Chinese corporate giants ensure substantial external funding. Such backing could be a game changer for Cadillac, particularly as the team aims to fund engine development leading up to the 2029 season, when they intend to launch their own General Motors branded power units. Financial stability early on would enable Cadillac to invest heavily in car development, infrastructure, and staffing. Furthermore, offering Perez and Joe multi-year contracts stretching beyond 2029 could guarantee continuity and sustained investment, setting Cadillac up not just for an impactful debut, but also for long-term competitiveness in an environment where cash flow often dictates survival. The duo's commercial appeal is almost as critical as their on-track capabilities. In summary, Cadillac's approach to their Formula One entry is evolving into a model of strategic pragmatism. Although early marketing positioned the team as a patriotic American project, the realities of Formula One have forced a reassessment. Performance, experience, technical synergy, and financial sustainability now define the team's priorities. Sergio Perez and Guan Yu Zhou together offer the perfect blend of these qualities: leadership, technical savvy, sponsorship muscle, and international appeal. While the dream of fielding an American star like Colton Herta may have faded, Cadillac's choices indicate a desire to be a serious competitor from day one. Rather than a feel-good story, their final decision on the driver lineup will likely shape their competitiveness not just in 2026, but 4 years to come, as they aim to transform from newcomers into serious contenders in the world's premier racing series.